All right, so in this video, I'm going to share with you how much of your portfolio should you dedicate towards trading penny stocks or speculative trades. Stay tuned and find out. All right, so a lot of people get into trading penny stocks, or they want to be speculative, or they want to day trade. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you know and understand why you're doing it, how much money to allocate there, and really what's going on in the business. Now, we have a great course coming out. It's called the Penny Stock Profits course, and you can check that out at our tradersfly.com website, where you can pick up this course along with a secondary course that we're offering as a bulk deal. And you can get that second course absolutely free, which in the bundle, it's basically 40% off between both of these courses. So definitely check this out on our website at tradersfly.com if you're serious about trading penny stocks. Now, with that being said, when you're getting into penny stocks, you got to understand what's happening underneath the surface, and that when you trade these trades are typically speculative trades. So when you look at your total portfolio and you look at your overall investments, you have to realize and recognize that, hey, I got to have my total portfolio allocated with my cash the right way. It's about knowing what's going on happening with your money. See, what many people do is when they look at their total portfolio in their trading account, let's say you have $50,000. Well, that $50,000, this is what they do with their portfolio, is that $50,000, they trade 100% of that, okay? When in reality, it should only be, when we're looking at penny stocks, it should only be a smaller part, okay? Now, I've redrawn this in a triangle. I think it's a little bit easier to see, but a lot of people, they trade their penny stocks and they trade it like their full portfolio. They think, hey, well, I'm going to trade my whole portfolio. I'm going to trade it in penny stocks, but that's not the right approach, right? You want stability in your personal life, right? Zoom out of it and think of it like a big picture in your life. And you got to have some longer term investments. Now, this could be, basic dividend stocks. It could be long-term holds. You could mix it match with real estate if you like real estate. So you're mixing and matching your total investments. Now, if you're looking at your stock trading account, okay, it's dividend stocks like maybe a Microsoft, maybe a McDonald's, anything that pays a good dividend, for the long haul, where you're basically not touching it. And if you have a $50,000 portfolio, well, maybe about, because this is about half of that whole triangle, maybe about 50% or even 60, but let's call it 40 to 60% is right here in your long-term holds. So what would that mean? Well, that would be about $25,000. Okay. Then you have medium-term investments or trades. Now, this could be option trades that are, 30, 40 days out, or up to 60, 90, or 180 days out. But in here, this could be about 25% of your investments. So these are a little bit more like swing trades, shorter term trades, but not super long-term investments that you're kind of holding for a very, very long period of time. You're holding these, but they're super short, but they're not super long either. So this could be maybe another, 15,000 or so dollars of your $50,000 fund. Again, 20, 25%. It just depends on how much money you want to allocate towards longer term versus medium term. And then kind of the next step, right? Because now we have about $10,000 left. Kind of the next step is maybe the speculative trades. And this is where the penny stocks fall in. So in this area is where you're trading. So how much cash should you allocate? Well, we got 25 here. So that's half. That's our 50% of our money. We got 15,000 over here. So a little bit less than 25,000. And then our smallest chunk, right? We got about 10,000 left from our 50,000. I might, use, let's say 7,000 to 8,000 in the penny stocks. Now, remember, you hold a few $1,000s back, right? Maybe a little bit of cash here in reserve, let's say about $2,000. But ultimately, you're trading with about $7,000 to $8,000 in your speculative trades. And if you break that down, it's a smaller part, but this gives you a nice solid base and foundation. Now, there's nothing wrong with trading more in penny stocks if you have a larger portfolio, right? If this was $100,000, okay, then you could go ahead and double pretty much all these things up. But if you're trading with a smaller account, don't trade percentage-wise much more into penny stocks, because you could get burned and now you got a whole portfolio at risk in higher risk speculative trades. And you might be seeing a lot of these things on YouTube where, hey, made $500 today, made $700, made $2,200. And yeah, that's great when it comes to trading penny stocks, because in these trades, you might expect a 30% or 60% return on investment. It could be 150% return on investment. But sometimes you might be down 30% as well, or 80% on those trades. In these trades, you might expect, call it 8 to 10% return on investment on a per month basis. So maybe it could be like a 25% annual return on investment. And on these trades, well, you're only looking maybe at 8% a year return on investment. So they have different amount of returns, and because this one is more speculative, you might get some larger returns, but you also may get some larger drawdowns. So if you look at this and we split this off into its own kind of triangle, right? Because that's its own little triangle. You could do the same kind of concept with this and break it apart into 3 levels where, hey, in this case, I could go ahead and day trade some. I could swing trade some penny stocks here, and then some I might hold for long-term investments. So that's another way to kind of look at it as well. So out of 7,000, 8,000, well, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 is here. And then you got 2,000 here and then 1,000 here. So now you've got kind of another baseline breakdown if you want to take it that much further and zoom it into the, a finer, more specific range. But again, when you look at the big picture of how much of your portfolio should you dedicate towards penny stocks, you really got to understand the bigger picture of your total portfolio, and that's what most people don't get. Most people, what they do is they do this. They trade 100% of their money. If they got $50,000, they're trading penny stocks, they're trading like $46,000, and that's just too much. It just doesn't make sense. So I definitely don't want you to make that mistake, because it can burn you and it can create a lot of trouble in your account. You can get stuck into positions. You can really just burn your account, and be very careful. And that's what we've done with this course, is to help you set up and understand how to trade these speculative trades, how to trade the penny stocks the right way. So if you're serious and interested about planning your exit and entries, some trade ideas, learning about technical analysis, definitely check this course out at our website at tradersfly.com. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you really found this video helpful and insightful. Don't forget to join our newsletter list as well by clicking this link there. There's also a ton of great freebies you could download, great resources, books and recommended readings, and getting started pages as well. But if you just want to hang out on YouTube, no problem. You can hit the subscribe button here if you want to see other great videos from us in the future. Thanks again, and remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you in the next video.